The old man touched her hands and black dot appeared in Zara's palm. Unknown to Zara, the old man was an evil wizard and he had succeeded in stealing Zara's womb. Zara would not be able to give birth to any child for the rest of her life. A long time ago, there was a beautiful village called Manso. The village of Neso lived a happy and prosperous life. They were friendly with one another and shared the prosperous blessing of the village. Apart from this joyous living, there was another thing that made the village of Manson to be special. It was called the gift of wonder. In the village of Manso, once every few years, the gods will allow a child to use magic to do all sorts of wondrous things. In the village of Manso, more than one child could be born with this gift at the same time. The gift of wonder was special for many reasons. For example, a native priest in the village would need to do a lot of incantations or use medicinal herbs to heal a sick villager, whereas a child with the gift of wonder could heal any villager just by touching the person. Please, before we continue this wonderful tale, please consider subscribing to our channel to enjoy more wonderful tales. Back to our story. In the midst of all this allure and wonder in the village, there lived a girl called Zara in the village of Manso. Zara was a beautiful young girl who had been obsessed with the magical powers the gift of wonder granted. Also, she was a very lazy girl who did not like to do any sort of chores or work in the house. Owing to this, her mother would always yell at her for being lazy and not willing to help. This of course did not bother Zara, as she was not willing to change. Zara believed she was meant to live a stress-free life. A life where everything would come to her easily. Little did she know that life was not so easy. The irony of Zara's life was that despite she's not having the gift of wonder, one of the three persons who had the gift was her best friend, June. June and Zara had been best friends even before June discovered that the gods had blessed her with the gift of wonder. However, unlike Zara, June was a disciplined, hardworking and polite girl. She had always been interested in helping people even before she discovered her powers. So when her powers came, it was more than a blessing to her. One day, June came to visit her friend Zara. Zara's mother was not home. Zara was so excited. This was because June was hardly free due to the fact that she was mostly at home to wait for villagers who are in need of her gift. When June arrived at Zara's house, Zara began to ask many questions about her gift. The questions were so numerous that June didn't know how to answer them all. However, June explained that despite all they could do, their gift was reserved for important things like healing sick villagers, healing wounded soldiers, holding women who were about to deliver so they do not feel much pain, and many more services that would overall benefit the village. Zara then asked June if she could transfer her the power only for some time, but June explained that the gift doesn't work in such way. Zara then explained to June that she had a mountain loaf of work to do. She had clothes to wash, food to cook. Also, there was a whole barn of cassava that her mom had told her to peel for weeks. June felt disappointed that her friend's laziness was becoming worse. She told Zara that the gift of wonder had limitations. If she or anyone else overused their powers, they would feel weak and unable to do anything until the next day after resting. Despite her explanation, Zara begged June to help her, so June decided to help her friend. June used her gift of wonder to magically make the clothes to wash and dry themselves. Also, the meal began to cook itself. Even the cassava that Zara had been told to peel for weeks became done. June made a knife to start peeling the cassava one by one. In less than an hour, all the work Zara hadn't done for a very long time were all completed. Zara hugged June and thanked her. She was so happy. She escorted June and bought her some fruit as a thank you gift. Later, when June got home, she saw that some persons who were sick herb was brought for her to heal. June healed all of them, but after that she fell down and became tired. She told her mom that she couldn't heal anyone anymore, which came as a shock to her mom. Her mom, however, did not know that June exhausted herself by using her powers to do Zara's chores. That evening, when Zara's mother arrived, she was shocked to see that the whole house was well swept, clean and tidy. The clothes had been washed, and in the kitchen, she could perceive the pleasant aroma of a delicious, well-cooked meal. However, what was more surprising was that the cassava that Zara was supposed to have peeled some weeks ago were all ready and done. When Zara's mother asked how all this was possible, Zara lied, telling her mother that a few friends came to visit her. She explained that which she cooked and was discussing with them, they all managed to get all the work done. Zara's mother was a bit surprised because despite the fact that Zara's explanation was logical, she still found it hard to believe. However, she knew that if she questioned her daughter more, she wouldn't say anything. A few weeks later, June decided to pay her friend Zara another surprising visit. She had not been coming out frequently, so she was hoping she and Zara could both stroll around the village. There was a big festival in the village. Lots of visitors from other villages usually come around every year to participate in the festival. The festival was done to honor the beautiful things the gods had done for the village. Also, it was a way to celebrate the gods for granting Manso village the gift of wonder. In the festival there was lovely music, beating of drums and merriness. People from neighboring villages could also be seen trying out the local dishes of the village. In the meantime, June was headed to Zara's house so they could celebrate the festival together. She was very excited because during the festival she and the others who had the gift of wonder were permitted and free to use their gifts to do exciting things and even entertain the guests from other villages. When June arrived at Zara's house, she was surprised to find Zara asleep. She also saw that the house was very untidy and scattered. June woke Zara up and asked if she wasn't going to attend the festival. Zara confessed to June that her mother had forbidden her to attend the festival ceremony unless she was done cleaning the house. June was disappointed. She was angry also because today was supposed to be a special day, but Zara had spoiled it by being lazy again. Zara apologized to June but then told her that since she was already around, she should use her powers to help her tidy the house. To Zara's surprise, June refused to help her. She told her friend that it was her responsibility to be responsible and live a neat life. She further scolded Zara, asking her if she planned to continue living like this when she gets married and have her own children. Zara felt bad and told June that she would change. June was about to leave Zara's house to go enjoy the festival by herself. However, she didn't want to spoil the fun day for herself and Zara. She wanted them to celebrate together. She then used her powers to help Zara to do her chores. However, she told Zara that this would be the last time she'll help her with her powers. Zara felt happy and both of them went out to enjoy the festival. June and Zara played and had fun with the local villagers in the village. They were merry and were enjoying themselves. However, at one point, visitors from other villages gathered to see what the children with the gift of wonder could do. Tolani, who was among the 3 persons with the gift of wonder, made a man to float in the air with his powers. Everyone watched and laughed in amazement. Lumen, the second who was gifted, made wonderful sparkle flames. It then got to June's turn. June made her own display which amazed everyone. Zara watched in amazement. "If only I had such powers," she said out loud. Unknown to her, an old man was behind her listening. The old man then walked up to meet her. "My child, did you say you wish to have powers like the gift of wonders?" the man asked Zara. Zara looked at the old man and answered yes. The old man then told Zara that she should come back the next day, that he will be able to make her wish come true. After he said this, the old man walked away. Zara was a bit surprised at the occurrence that had just transpired. At that moment, June walked to meet her, asking her if she was okay. Zara replied yes as she nodded. Together, she and June then enjoyed the rest of the festival together. Later that night, Zara could not sleep. She began to ponder about what had transpired in the festival. At first, she convinced herself that maybe the man was not sane and that was why he spoke, saying he could give her such powers. Then again, she also thought that maybe the man was a spirit sent from the gods to grant her her wish. 1,000 thoughts passed through Zara's head, but none was able to make a perfect sense. Zara then made up her mind that she would go to the same spot the next day to see what would happen. The next day, Zara did not wait for June to come call her in her house. She went out to the festival on her own to the place where she met the old man. Just as the old man promised, he was there. Zara asked the old man if he could grant her the gift of wonder. The old man replied, telling her that the gift of wonder could only be granted by the gods. However, he told her he could give her magic powers that was similar to the gift of wonder. The old man then told Zara that there was a small price to pay. Zara told the old man that she didn't have money to give him. The old man said he didn't want money, but instead he wanted what a woman had, but a man did not. Zara did not understand the old man's riddle. The old man, however, said that she did not have to get the answer, that he could take it either way. Due to Zara's desperation and foolishness, she asked that the old man give her the powers without asking what he was going to take from her. In her mind, she didn't have anything valuable compared to the powers she was about to be given. The old man touched her hands and black dot appeared in Zara's palm. Unknown to Zara, the old man was an evil wizard and he had succeeded in stealing Zara's womb. Zara would not be able to give birth to any child for the rest of her life. That night when Zara got home, after her mom had slept, she took a knife and hovered it in the air with her powers to see if it would work. Fortunately, it did. From that day henceforth, Zara began to use her powers to do anything that would cause her even the slightest of stress. She makes sure to hid the powers from everyone, most especially her mother. As time passed, Zara's mother began to notice something different about Zara and the house. Anytime she gave Zara work and left the house, before she returns, Zara would have completed them. She wanted to believe that Zara had changed and became a good child, but as a mother, she knew that something was just not right with her daughter. She knew, however, that if she confronted her daughter, Zara would lie to her and not tell her the truth. One evening, Zara's mother took Zara to see a priestess in the village. She, however, did not let Zara know that that was the place they were going. When they arrived at the priestess' place, Zara was shocked to see that her mother tricked her. Zara's mom told the priestess to check if there was anything wrong with her daughter. The priestess, after holding Zara's hands, told Zara's mother that Zara was in a grave danger. She explained that Zara now had supernatural power, but that she now lacked the ability to give birth to a child. Zara's mother was shocked. However, that was not even the most shocking news that the priestess had to tell them. The priestess further said that if the powers Zara received continued to dwell in her, Zara would eventually die by the time she was 40 years old. Zara's mother could not believe what she had just heard. Zara herself was also surprised. She had traded her life and her womb for a power that she did not need. What do you think will happen to Zara? Will she be able to find the evil old wizard and change her fate, or will she remain in this bondage till she eventually died? Find out in the next part. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Till we meet again.